Almost every house built in the 80s and 90s has these. If your house still has one of these old dome lights, you're about to see why I don't install them anymore. Today, we're replacing it with this ultra-thin LED upgrade. There's one wiring mistake that'll ruin these lights, and we'll avoid that before we install it. These are some of the parts and tools you may need for this project. We hope that this video encourages you to take on this type of DIY home project. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install new recessed lighting in your small bathroom. So let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to do is turn off the power to the bathroom at the circuit breaker. Find the right breaker for your room and turn it off. We're going to take this light fixture off by unscrewing the bottom part right here. We're going to hold everything else up so that the light glass doesn't fall down onto the ground or the floor. So now we're going to use the drill to remove the two screws that are holding this unit up here on the ceiling. There's only two screws that need to be loosened. Right there. Now we're going to remove all of the wiring. If you're new to electrical wiring, it may look intimidating. Don't worry, because standard lighting fixtures are fairly easy to remove and install. We're just going to cut these off. A screw right here, and a screw right here. Go ahead and grab your flathead screwdriver to remove the two screws holding the electrical ceiling box for the lighting fixture. If you have one, you can also use an electric screwdriver to save the strain on your hands. Now use the screwdriver to remove the metal wire clamp. Take your time, we know you can do it. Using pliers to straighten the wires may save you time and give you a better grip when it comes to removing them from the ceiling box. Just don't squeeze them too much, because you don't want to damage the wire casing. And we found it easier to use those pliers to remove the ceiling box from the hole. I gotta tell you, there's always a surprise or a challenge when you're doing a DIY project. But this one is not bad at all. Just remove the wires from the electrical box. Since there is already an existing hole in the ceiling, we first thought that using a hole saw with a drill dust cover would be a good way to increase the hole size for the recessed light. After thinking about it, we felt like this option would turn out to be extremely messy, and we would possibly have unneeded mistakes on the ceiling. I felt a little nervous about cutting this way because I didn't have extra goof plates to cover the mistakes. And we reassessed the situation and decided to use one of the round 6 1/4 inch installation templates. We felt like this would help to create the new hole size that we needed. Thinking the project through and using the template to make your hole will make doing this project much easier for you. You will definitely prefer to trace a circle around the template than to guess where your new hole diameter will be. Instead of using the adjustable hole saw, you may decide to use the multi-purpose oscillating tool to cut the drywall. It's at this point where you have options as to how you want to cut your hole. You may feel like you have more control with this tool, even though you're using a straight flat blade to make a round hole. If you choose to go this route, take your time, stay within your lines, and use a steady hand. The new hole doesn't have to be perfectly round, but the diameter does need to be smaller than the light fixture. Otherwise, you will see a hole in your ceiling after you're finished. Once your hole is complete, use wire cutters to remove the casing from each wire. Part of the casing needs to be removed so you can connect the house wires to the light fixture wires. For a beginner, this may take some time, but this is a necessary step for installation. If you're new to DIY or you're a seasoned DIYer, get your hands on one of these. It's a non-contact voltage tester. It helps remove the fear of getting shocked during your electrical projects. One thing that is not written in the instructions or on the box is that you need a wire clamp to connect to the lighting box. So it's a good thing that you're watching this video before you do the project. We're using a 3/8 wire clamp. You may want to use this one as well. I'll place a link for it in the description. You need a wire clamp on the box so that the box doesn't cut through the wire casing over time. After you push out the metal piece on the box, you'll notice that the hole is a little sharp. Exposed wire can produce arcing or an electrical fire. When you clamp down the main wire, the box will be more stable and you decrease the chance of your wires coming apart inside of the box. So this is a necessary step for safety reasons. Now you want to feed all of the house wires through the wire clamp and into the box. Each of the separate wires should be straight and not bent, since they'll be plugged into the wire connector attached to the box. I used needle nose pliers to straighten each of the wires. You can place each house wire in any of the 2 holes on the orange wire connector. Just make sure that the wires are the same color on each connector. While doing this project, I noticed that the black house wire had exposed metal after it was connected. If it's not corrected, this is the one mistake that could ruin your lights. We made the decision to cut the exposed wire down with a wire cutter so that it fits inside of the orange wire connector. We cut down both the black power house wire and the white neutral house wire. After that, you can then connect each house wire to their corresponding fixture wire. Now, you can also place part of the entire wire strand into the box. Before placing the entire box into the ceiling, you should take a moment to tighten the wire clamp. We grabbed our power drill to tighten the 2 screws. If you're new to DIY or you really don't have any tools, the power drill is your best friend, so you want to get yourself a good one. It's time to fold the wires into the light fixture box and close the compartment. Try to fold each wire in half if you can. One of the cool things about this light is that you can change the lighting temperature according to your preference for your living space. The light can be set at a yellow light or a bright white light. We set it at 4000K because of how dark it is in the bathroom. Once you decide on how bright you want the light to be set, you can stick it up into the ceiling. Just make your lighting selection and place it flat where you can reach it again if necessary. We like that you can change the brightness of this LED light without ever having to buy new bulbs. You can upgrade from a warm light to bright daylight. The fun and interesting part about this light is the connection between the box wire and the light fixture itself. The light has a screw-on clamp that connects it to the box in a way that removes even the thought of an accidental separation. There are also 4 prongs and a divot that is designed to help keep the connection live and in place at all times. When you connect both parts together, you can feel the durability and the quality of the connection. All you have to do is push each side together and screw on the connector. The manufacturer has a great design that will make sure that this connection will not come off by accident. This is one of the features we like about this LED recess light. Now that all the wiring is connected, it's very easy to use the side clips to attach the light fixture to the ceiling. Just push them up and the fixture will stay in place. To us, the springs that hold the light are like little mouse traps, so make sure the springs don't catch your fingers because they will snap back towards the light fixture. Even with that, this modern recess light is so much sleeker and energy efficient. That's why I will no longer install those old dome light fixtures. Wow, what a transformation. You did it. You installed your slim LED color changing recessed light with nightlight. Subscribe to the channel and make sure your notifications are on so you can see all of the upgrades we do to this small bathroom. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And remember, you can DIY too.